Hi guys, I'm Shannon Kitchener from Extreme Fly. Today what I'm going to be tying is one of the best fly patterns for a baitfish profile that I know of. The Lefty Deceiver. Great fly, versatile for catching everything. You can tie it to the fish that you target, the size of the baitfish, but really good fly. This fly is a fly I tied lots for a good mate. He used to be a guide up at Hinchinbrook back in the 90s. Steve Jeston, he's absolute legend. Learnt so much off him. But this is what I used to tie and swap my fishing trips for. So tied quite a few of these. This was the go-to fly for up there. So what I'm using is SL12s in A40. Nice wide gape, really strong hook. So I'm just going to tie him in using 110 white denier thread. So I'm just going to tie that all the way, just make a bit of a base down. I'm actually going to go all the way down to this bend of the hook, okay? I'll just trim them off. Come all the way down here. So what I'm going to do, just going to use this 0.035 lead. Actually, I'll just put him back up that way. I'll tie that over. Just a few wraps of lead to keel it. Push him down just a little bit. Just like that. Just there, right on that bend. I'll do a couple of threads around, wraps around with the thread. So then I'm just going to use a little bit of UV just to lock it in. Doesn't have to be much, just wants to coat all in on the outside and around it, just to secure the fly. And then what I'll do is just hit it with the UV torch, just like that. So once that's done, that's going to actually help it kicks it a little bit more, which is excellent. So I've got these saddle hackles here, white. So I'll just pick 3 on each side. Just cut him down. A little bit of fluffs on it like that is fine. And I'm going to just line them up. Tie them on just like that, okay? I'll choose this next side. You want similar kind of style, like length. But this fly here in the 90s was the go-to barramundi fly up in Hinchinbrook for Steve Jeston and myself, obviously, when I used to go up and fish with Jesto. I'm actually heading up to fish Hinchinbrook this week, so I'm actually just tying a few extra in, just so I can have some in my kit. That one just was not right, so I'm just going to tie him back in. I don't mind if there's a little bit of fluff like that on the shank. We're going to be covering it anyway. So I've just done that like that. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of grizzly as well, which is like a black and white barred hackle. Oh. I've got a few different capes here, so I'll just choose what I want. with it. So just one of each, one for each side. Doesn't have to go all the way down like the other. Comb it along. Just match it up on each side. So this for up there, I guess mullet and other little baitfish, primarily mullet, swim around where the barramundi are, and that would be one of the prime baits that that the barra would eat. Just going to hit it with a little bit of UV flow just to lock it in place. That there, by doing this and letting it soak in, that will keep all those saddle hackles nice and secure and locked all in together. That's what we want. We want it to be a little bit more resilient. Just hit it with the torch. Just like that. You can take a little bit more neater time if you want. I'm tying the flies for the fish and not the angler. They don't have to be ultra pretty. I'm using a little bit of this crystal flesh bait fiber. It's nice. It's a combination of different materials. So we just want a little bit of flash. So I'm just on that underside. I'm just going to tie a little bit on that underside like that, and just like when I do all my other flash, I'm going to bring him up over. We'll cut him down just a little bit as well. So then this is just going to have a little bit of flash. Just give it a little bit of a taper. Doesn't have to have too much flash, okay? These fish will monster most things that come close to them. So that is fine like that. And now what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of white bucktail. So just the white bucktail, which is really good. This one's nearly coming to the end, so I will be getting some more shortly. I find when you cut it, this is a little bit more coarser, so it will flare up a little bit more. This middle section to the tip is probably a little bit better for tying most of your flies. Just going to trim him. Just put him on the underside, just like that. So this is just the belly. So we're kind of building the fly up. So it's got a bit of shape to it. So you can see I jumped the fairway forward. It doesn't have to be filled all the way. It's like nearly like a hollow fly. Hollow fly, you tie it forward, then pull it backwards. But it's more about the shape. So just cut another little bit. I tried to do him up to the top part where it's going to lay back a little bit more. So I've just wrapped it on and I've loosely bound on top, and now I'm just shaping him so you can actually move that on top to go either side. So then once you've got it exactly how you want, then you just do a few more bindings over, just like that. That's your base of your pattern. You can put eyes on them, which I'm going to, but also one of the most important things I'm going to do is put a weed guard on. So this is just some 60-pound hard monofilament. So I'm going to make it so it's 2 sprigs, okay? So this is one that I tied earlier. So you can see these 2 sprigs here. That's our weed guards. So that's what we're going to tie in now. So tying one end in like that, I'm going to just bend it over to get the shape that I want, and kind of like it on the opposite side of the hook shank. So I'll just leave him like that. I know that he's going to cover because he's sitting on that hook there. So shouldn't be using my good scissors. I guess that's a good thing about alright, so now since I've just bound him in, I'm going to bend it forward just so he's going to stand up. I'm going to do the right thing now and get my side cutters, cut him in the middle, know where he's going to come back to deflect anything when it's going over, give him a cut, and then pull him forward, and then with the thread going to go in behind it, and that kind of helps stand it up. I'll separate them a little bit and then just go just like you're doing your dumbbells of your eyes either side. That's it. Like that there is all locked in. Do a whip finish to finish him up, just like that. That's a double whip finish. Trim the thread. Okay, I'll just hit it with a little bit of UV flow or thin, just to penetrate into that thread. You can see a nice baitfish profile. See that's soaked in. Hit that UV torch just to set it. So now we've got some 3D eyes, holographic eyes. I just get them in place, just like that. You can put some super glue on it, but I will get some UV thin. I'm just coating the top and putting it so it goes onto some of the material, just to lock it in, and you'll see how we complete the process in a moment. Alright, that will do for that small part. That will lock him in like that. Get the other eye, put on the other side. Make sure it's matched up. You want them to be even. On the thread, across, on the material. There's going to be a million ways of doing your eyes on. Other people are going to have their own preferred technique. This is just quick and easy. I don't have to muck around with it. Just set it. So now that's in place. I can move it to where I want. Now I'll get some more thin and just do a light coat. So now it locks it in a little bit more, and it gives a little bit more shape to that head. Just like that. You can do it in multiple sections. So then this underside, once we get to this, this actually helps the weed guards as well stay in place. That's it. Makes them solid. So then all you do is, you get a snag or a fish, you just make sure those weed guards are in its right spot. They will get bent. It's only mono, so alright, so then one last one. I will put some UV and I'll just rotate the vise just to make it a little bit more symmetrical. Fill in all that. Just like that, keep them spinning. UV torch on. And something like that. That's it. That's the Lefty's Deceiver that I used to tie for Steve Jeston up at Hitchinbrook, fishing up there. Great fly still, good for big snags and searching for bigger fish, but also you can fish it in amongst all the snags, really shallow snake drains, everything like that. So that's it, as simple as that. That's the last one to go into the kit before my trip. Yeah, have a look on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Any questions, just ask. All right, I'll catch you next time.